Alright guys, so now it is official. We have the complete movesets and abilities for the brand new LF PIKKON and GOGETA. So I am quite excited to read this because at the same time I'm a little bit scared because this character has to be really good, guys, for me to go all in. The Legends Festival is 3 weeks away. Think about that. 3 weeks away. It's absolutely insane, and the filler characters for this banner is absolutely terrible. Let's not just sugarcoat it. So yeah guys, let's not waste any time. And by the way, comment down below what you guys think about this character, if you guys did read this character, or if you guys are just watching this video. Comment as I read through and what abilities you guys like or dislike, and at the same time like and subscribe, because why not? It's for free. So we are going to be starting off with PIKKON, okay? Because obviously we start off as PIKKON. Now we are not going to be reading the over review because that's absolutely useless. We are just going to be getting straight to the abilities, right? Because that's what we're here for. So starting off with PIKKON, the main ability is draw a special card next, which is really nice. Restores own key by 30. Okay, so I was hoping this would at least be like maybe 50 to cover the special card, I guess, but it's fine. Not a big deal. Also plus 30% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts, which is nice because this is going to carry over to Super GOGETA. So make sure you guys pop your main ability before you absolutely tank this PIKKON, right? That's the whole plan. And -5 to own arts costs for 15 timer counts, which is okay. Applies attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 2 to self for 15 timer counts, which is, I'm assuming, why you want him to tank, right? That's why. So yeah, not the best ability. I mean, getting a special card next is really nice, but this is not the actual main ability. We're going to get to GOGETA in just one bit because that's where the character really is going to, I'm assuming that's when the character is really going to get good, right? Of course, his Z ability is actually going to buff 3 tags. It's going to buff Sagas, Saiyans, and Fusion Warrior, guys. Fusion Warrior. So yes, I mean, the Legends Festival is really hinting, you know, this banner is hinting the Legends Festival for Ultra Super Saiyan for GOGETA for December. So we'll keep an eye out for that for sure. His blast is restores key by 10 upon activation, which is nice. We'll get to the special move and the green card in just one bit. I just really want to get to his abilities first, and then we'll go back and cover the cards, okay? So his first unique ability is when, of course, when own health reaches 0, he transforms into Super GOGETA. So we all know that, and it revives with 100% health, okay? So that's something we already knew. Now, to his actual unique ability number 1. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 90% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Restores or reduces damage received by 50%, cannot be cancelled. Increases art card draw speed by level 1, cannot be cancelled, which is standard, which is really good. And plus 50% to key recovery. Ooh, that's pretty nice, cannot be cancelled. So he's gonna be getting a lot of key pretty fast, which is really nice when you charge step and all that good stuff. So not that bad, right? But don't forget, guys, this is just the PIKKON side, okay? Also applies the following effects to self per episode sagas from the movie's battle member other than this character in the party. So I'm assuming it's just 2 gonna count towards this, right? So plus 15% damage inflicted, cannot be canceled. So I'm assuming this is going to be 30% because it's going to be capped at 2 since it's only battle members excluding this character, okay? And effects resets upon revival. So I guess I'm not sure if GOGETA is going to get this, but we'll get to that in just one bit. Also reduces damage received by 5%, cannot be canceled, and I'm assuming also effects resets upon revival. And this is going to be 10% if you have 2 extra sagas from the movie's battle members, and you have to bring them in, so not party members. Also applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. He restores ki by 20 and plus 40% to damage inflicted for 15 timer count. So that's really big. 40% is pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 20% to ki. Getting ki, I think getting ki when you enter the battlefield is extremely underrated. It's really good to extend your combos and stuff like that. I absolutely love that. It's such a little thing, but I love it. Also applies the following effects to self when this character performs a vanish step. Okay. He draws a special card next, activates once, restores health by 5%, as well as plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Okay. So he gets it's nice that he gets a special card next. Also shortens own substitution count by 2 when enemy activates a special move art ultimate, awaken art, or rising rush while this character is on standby. This is just, of course, to tank the PIKKON side. So this character is going to have basically, let's just say, an 8 timer count on standby at max most of the time. So it's actually pretty nice to see. So I was hoping this would probably be a little bit more so we can really tank this PIKKON, but better than nothing, right? Okay, let's get to the main ability number 2. He has a cover change against strike cards, and you can combo in special moves. Okay. Also applies the following effects to self when enemy. Also applies the following effects to enemy. I'm so sorry, to enemy when cover changing. When changing cover. So when enemy cover changes, randomly destroys 1 new card, reduces their key by 20, and inflicts attribute downgrade -1 to R card draw speed for 10 timer counts. I like this. This is nice. I like some of these debuffs, but we're gonna get to the debuffs in just one bit because some characters you can cancel this. So yeah, we'll get to his unique gauge in just one bit, guys. Also applies the following effects to self when enemy performs a cover change while this character is on the battlefield. He draws another special card. Okay, so he gets a special card from his main ability. He gets a special card from vanishing. And he gets a special card from cover changing. Okay, interesting. Because if you cover change with a strike card, you could just easily go into this super, right? Because you'll activate it. So that's pretty nice. And restores key by 20, assuming you guys have the key, of course. And plus 20% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now, don't forget, he is a defense unit. So we still have to wait for the stats in itself. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with that tonight with some leaks. And also applies the following effects to self after enemy's attack is over. After enemy's attack is over, -5 to strike and blast cards cost for 15 timer counts cannot be stacked, which is okay. Plus 20% to special move damage cannot be canceled, activates once. So his special move damage could be hitting like a truck. Does his main ability buff it even more? Let's check it out. I think not. No, I think it's the Gogeta side from what I read, but we'll get to that in just one bit. Okay, so also, okay, so we just got to this. He gets 20% to special move damage. When an enemy's attack is over, activates once, cannot be canceled, and increases card draw speed by level 1 on top of his natural one. So he's going to be on card draw speed level 2 for a solid amount of time, which is pretty nice for 15 timer counts. Okay, so his unique gauge, I'm assuming he has 2. He has one when he's PIKKON, which is going to be pretty much nothing, and one when he's Gogeta, which is going to be his main unique gauge, right? So it says here, his unique gauge slowly charges own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. So kind of like Kid Buu, right? Ultra Kid Buu. And the following effects occur when the gauge is full. When the unique gauge is full, he restores allies other than this character's health by 15% and plus 15% to damage inflicted by allies cannot be canceled. That's it. That's it. That's his unique gauge right here. These two things. Now, remember, this is not his main unique gauge. We'll get to his main unique gauge right now because when he transforms, he gets into Super Gogeta, which we'll get to this now. Okay. So his main ability is draw a special move card next. So a lot of special cards, guys. A lot of special cards here. And also, he gets 50% to the next special move damage inflicted. So kind of like the green Super Gogeta, he gets 100%. This guy gets 50% and he draws 1. So that's pretty nice. I mean, to have a very, very, very strong super or, special blue card. He doesn't have an ultimate, by the way. It's just blue cards. But yeah, he's going to have a very strong blue card and a lot of them as well, okay? He also restores own health by 20% and keep by 50. And -10 to special move, -10 to own special move arts. So a lot of special move arts, they're pushing this a lot, right? His blue card, which is nice and cannot be canceled. And 15 timer counts have passed. All right, like I said, we'll get to this. He does have blast armor when he transforms into Gogeta, which is nice with his strike card. Okay, we'll get to his all that in just one bit. Okay, so his first unique ability as Super Gogeta applies the following effects to self upon revival. Plus 15%, plus 50% to damage inflicted cannot be canceled. Excuse me. So this is on top, I'm assuming, on top of the 90 that PIKKON gets. Okay. And also reduces damage received by 10%, cannot be canceled. And plus 40% to key recovery cannot be canceled. So the key recovery is going to be through the roof. Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. And this is quite interesting here. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. Damage sustained. I misread this at first glance, but damage sustained for 30 timer counts. So keep that in mind, okay? Let's keep on moving here because I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to cover everything. Also applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike card. Every time he uses a strike card, not lands, just uses one, he gets 10% to strike damage inflicted for 10 timer counts and 10% to special move damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. So his special move damage is going to be hitting like an absolute truck, especially if you combine it with the main ability. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Also applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a blast card. So very much so like the strike card. I'm assuming the exact same thing applies for the blast card, except instead of strike damage, you get blast damage inflicted for 10 timer counts for 10%, including the 10 extra percent to special move damage for 10 timer counts. So yeah, his special move damage, his blue card is gonna be hitting like a truck, guys. Absolute truck. This is by design. They're really trying to push this here. And also the following effects occur upon landing a strike or a blast card. So using and landing one. So if you land, you get -2 to own strike or -2 to own strike and blast cards cost for 10 timer counts, which is pretty nice. Also inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -5 to strike and blast card power for 10 timer counts. All these could be canceled though. These debuffs, I'm assuming, because it doesn't say can be canceled. Okay, let's just keep on going here. Also inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -15 to special move arts power for 10 timer counts. Okay, let's keep on pushing here. The following effects occur if own remaining health is -50% or 50% or below after being hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Activates once. He restores health by 15% and reduces enemies' ki by 15. This is a weird one. Nothing too crazy. This should have been a little bit higher, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, so his unique ability number 2 is where his unique gauge is at. So let's check this out. He also has, of course, a special cover change against strike cards. You could combo in special moves, which is nice because you will have 8 times special moves with this character. But here we go. Very slowly charges own. I don't like how it says very slowly. I don't like this. Very slowly charges own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. The following effects occur when once unique gauge is full or upon revival if it's already full. Okay. Plus 50% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled. -20 to special move arts, including the -10. So they're really catering his special arts for this character's kit. I kind of like it and cannot be canceled. Now, this is a lot of debuffs here. Oh, wait, no. He also has a card draw speed by level 1 for 30 timer counts, cannot be canceled, which is nice. But so he's going to have like card draw speed level 2. Possibly even 3. Yeah, so it's pretty nice if you have your unique gauge full. But this is where all the debuffs happen, guys, that I'm highlighting here. But just take note that none of these say non-cancelable. So you could cancel all of these. For example, I think Pan does it. LF Goku Tag Goku and Frieza also does it with their either green card or something like that. So yeah, these are cancelable. Anyways, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -30 to health restoration for 30 timer counts. 30 timer counts is quite the long time. All these are 30 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -50 to ki recovery for 30 timer counts. -1 card draw speed for 30 timer counts to all enemies, and -30% to critical rate for 30 timer counts to all enemies. And his final abilities applies the following effects to self if there are 2 defeated battle members when this character enters the battlefield or upon revival. Plus 20%, an extra 20%. If he's the last man standing, this thing is going to be hitting like an absolute truck. Plus 20% to special move damage inflicted, cannot be canceled, and -5 to strike and blast cards cost, cannot be canceled, and applies the following effects. Nullifies enemy special cover change for 10 timer counts. So I try to read this as quickly as possible because technically we have 2 characters here, and I don't want to make the video too long because we're already like almost 15 minutes in. Now I will say, upon reading the kits, there's nothing crazy, right? Except his unique gauge, I still got to see how fast it's gonna factor in, right? Because PIKKON technically doesn't have a very good unique gauge, and Gogeta obviously has an okay one. Now, I want to see how fast that loads up. I want to see his stats. We haven't read his green card yet. Let's just read his Super Gogeta's green card real quick. Quite curious about that. Where is that? Let's see. So I don't know, guys. The Legends Festival's next month, 3 weeks away. I don't know how I feel about this. We still have to wait to test the character, right? I might really just hold off on this character, like spent maybe just 10,000 crystals. Maybe that's, I don't know. We'll see. I might go live tonight. His special randomly draws 1 new card. Okay. Restores own key by 30. Okay. Which is nice. Charges own unique gauge by 15%. Activates 3 times. Applies the following effects, or applies attribute upgrade -20 to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 15 timer counts. Destroy 1 of your enemy's strike cards. Like, what? Why? Destroy 1 of your enemy's strike cards? This is so weird. Okay. Whoa, I'm scared. Also applies the following effects to enemy according to the number of timer counts, or to the number of times special arts has been used. So if you've used 2 or more special arts, you destroy 1 blast card, and if you use 3 or more, you destroy 1 special move. I don't like this. This should have just been destroy all cards, honestly. Like, if this is Gogeta after PIKKON maybe, but Gogeta, this should have just been destroy all cards. But I'm assuming the more you pop your blue cards, which is everywhere, then it's just going to be the case. But still, an extra step that I don't like. But honestly, guys, and his special move, which we're going to be seeing a lot of, gets an extra 30% to special move damage, which is nice, and inflicts all enemies with 3 substitution count on hit, which is also nice, because if people will be caught slipping on this. All right, but this is on hit. Yeah, guys, I don't know how I feel about this. It's too early, too late for me. I don't know. The Legends Festival is literally right here, guys. 3 weeks away. But I'm going to wrap it up. Comment down below what you guys think about this. And if you guys did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you guys simply just like and subscribe. And I'll definitely catch you guys with an update video in a few hours and some more leaks later on. So stay tuned for that. Have a good one.